Trelongo, and today we're going to be talking about energy transfer, especially in the atmosphere. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the 3 types of energy transfer today. First one is radiation. That's through electromagnetic waves such as visible light, microwaves, gamma rays, UV rays. We'll also look at convection, which we talked about. Convection currents, that's through fluids like liquids and gases. So warm rises, cool sinks. Warm water rises, cool water sinks. Or warm air rises, cool water sinks. And then conduction is through touch, 2 solids touching. Okay, so conduction is through touch. So the flame is heating up this pot or this pan, and the pan is going to become hot. When I touch it, it's hot. Don't try this at home. When I touch it, it's hot. You just gotta trust me on that one. Don't touch a pan at home though, like that. Okay, so the last part of this, here's your surface of the earth. Okay. Oh, hold on, move that into view. I've got some trees, happy trees. Okay, the surface of the earth heats up from the sun, and then the air that is warm will come off the surface of the earth and rise because it's warm and less dense. Whereas, I lost my blue pen, the air gets up here, it starts to cool down, and it starts to sink. Okay, and this is happening all in the troposphere. Okay, so we talked about layers of the atmosphere. This is the troposphere. Okay, down in here, tropopause. Then we'd have stratosphere up here, mesosphere, thermosphere. But the surface of the earth is warming due to the sun. The air rises. It starts to cool down up here. And then it starts to sink because it's colder and more dense. And then it gets back down towards the surface and it warms up again. And this cycle keeps going on and on and on and on. And we call that convection. Radiation is the only type of energy transfer that travels through space. So radiation such as gamma rays, UV rays, X-rays, infrared, visible light, they travel from the sun to Earth through space. So the sun's incoming radiation is called incoming solar radiation, which is called insolation, which will be another whole unit or topic that we cover. The sun is hot. I can feel the radiation from the sun. The ground gets hot from the sun. Darker materials like this blacktop absorbs more heat. It absorbs more sunlight. It absorbs more radiation from the sun. And so it heats up and it feels warm. Lighter material like this brick does not absorb as much incoming solar radiation because it's light and it reflects all the sunlight coming from the sun. So as I sit here on this lighter colored brick, it doesn't feel as warm. The sun is hot. So energy transfer in the atmosphere has to do with the sun. And I don't have a yellow marker here to draw the sun, so I'm just gonna make the sun black.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Black hole sun.
Okay. The sun is the source of energy for everything on this planet. It is the source of energy for everything in our solar system. It's the most important thing in our solar system. Without it, we wouldn't have anything. You have to understand that the sun is super important. Okay, so the sun emits radiation in different forms, and one of the forms that it does emit are UV rays. This is radiation in shorter wavelength. Shorter wavelength is actually pretty damaging to humans, okay? It's not good for us. UV rays come from the sun, and the ones that hit the surface of the earth, so we're gonna say this is the surface, the ones that hit the surface of the earth warm it up, and the ground then becomes warm and emits longer wave radiation in the form of infrared. So this is infrared, this is UV rays. All right, and infrared radiation is heat. It's heat coming off the surface of the planet. It's heat coming off your body. It's longer wavelength. It's not damaging to humans. Okay? So UV rays come from the sun. They heat up the surface of the earth. They don't heat up the atmosphere directly. And then infrared rays are re-radiated back in longer wavelengths, thus heating up the atmosphere. When we talk about energy transfer, the fun thing to talk about is a lightsaber from Star Wars. So a lightsaber emits light, which is radiation, but these lightsabers, also seen in the movie, you can feel the heat from a lightsaber.
Obi-Wan did.
And lightsabers can melt things through touch, so that's conduction.
They are still coming through.
This is impossible!
Okay, so you got 5 questions on problematic about energy transfer in the atmosphere. And I'll see you tomorrow.
I am the master.
Only a master of evil, gods.
I got this feeling